Now that is Welsh rissoles made. Look at that. That is fantastic. You've got all that leek in there. Come on, it's Welsh. We've got leek in there, mashed potato, corned beef with a bit of crispiness on the outside. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we are in Wales. We are making Welsh corned beef rissoles. Now, I'm making a Welsh version of this, but you know, corned beef patties, corned beef rissoles are worldwide. I was amazed to find different recipes in Newfoundland and all over using tins of corned beef, making what they call beef patties. It's amazing. It's an ingredient that's been around for quite some time. People like it, people don't like it. People call it cat food, all sorts of things. It's a fantastic ingredient to have in the cupboard. So today we're making Welsh corned beef rissoles. Let's show you how to do it right now. Come on. Believe it or not, I've got some corned beef. Now, many recipes for this type of Welsh corned beef rissole, and most of them actually call for onions. Now, I'm going to keep it Welsh. We're using a leek. So we need to just finely chop this leek and some parsley. The leek's going in a pan with some butter, and then we're going to mix it all together. So what we need to be doing is, we've got a nice leek. I've already cleaned it. We are definitely coming down the middle of that leek because we want some small bits of leek in our rissoles. So come down there and then nicely slice it nice and slowly. Some nice small bits. Now we've come down it in half, but if you wanted to come down it in quarters, you can do so. It's entirely up to you. So let's just have that nicely diced through there. Now you can slice it, dice it as thin or as thick as you like. The choice is yours. We've got a pan. We're going to chuck that in there. We're just going to take our parsley very quickly, and then we can get all this out of the way. Just nice and steady. Mince up your parsley. Now, you can use dried parsley if you want, but fresh parsley works really well in this recipe. We want those nice green flavoured flecks through there. So just nice and steady, just whip it through. Okay, now I'm just going to put that to one side and we'll chuck that in a minute. Okay, pan leeks, flame on. Does it matter about having butter in first? No, it does not. In with some butter. Now, not too much. Just enough to sweat these down. That's all it is. And we're going to have that nice little buttery flavour inside our rissoles. Now, I have salt and pepper. I'm not going to use salt. I'm going to put the salt away. The reason I'm putting salt away, the corned beef carries salt. We don't need to add extra salt. That's the thing, it'll be too salty. Now, we're not trying to brown them, but if they're brown, no problem. That's enough. Flame off. It's that quick. They're done. So our bowl of mashed potatoes, leeks in there. The mashed potatoes have been mashed up. They've not been mashed with any butter or any milk, anything. They're plain potatoes. We're going to season our mix with some black pepper, and that is definitely going to go against that corned beef. Corned beef, just break it up and mix it in. So it's nice and steady. Just give it a mix in there. So you can use your hands, you can use a spoon, you can do anything. Just mix it in. We want it all combined. Let's not get hung up on it, just mix it all through there. Obviously make sure you've got clean dandies. Okay, there we go. Now for me, that goes in the fridge to cool down before we start making the patties. We have to set this up a little bit. It's a little bit moist, so don't worry about it. Just set it up by putting it in the fridge. Oops, do you know? There's me talking away there. Just get that parsley in there as well. It's all got to be incorporated. Get it all in. There you go. So I've used my hands and I've used a spoon, don't worry about it. That's our mixture. We're going to bob that in the fridge. We're going to let that cool down for about half an hour, and then we're going to make the rissoles. Okay, so this mix has been in there for about half an hour, so it's quite cool. Now, this mix is quite sticky, it's quite alright. Now, if you had a wet mix, because you could have mixed it all up with too much butter or anything like that, you just add a little bit of flour and stir it in. Now, this mix is okay, but you know, we'll only do a little bit because we don't want to go bananas. Okay, so you just get a bit of flour and you stir it in. Don't worry about it, it's going to cook. Okay, don't fill it up with flour, whatever you do. So make sure if you use flour, you stir it in. What we are going to do is take that, we're going to take a few of our breadcrumbs on there, because we are going to sit our rissoles on those breadcrumbs. Like I say, you can do it any which way you want, but you've got to get that into a patty. You can make it round, square, you can make whatever you want. Just don't get stressed over it. Okay? Now, it is going to be a sticky mix, so it is going to stick to your mitts, but don't worry. So you just need to take some of that into about the size of a tennis ball, and then we're going to put that in the breadcrumbs. So in the interest of what I've seen before, we are just going to add a little bit of paprika. We're going to give that a little stir through all that breadcrumbs, and that's going to give us a reddish colour with the breadcrumbs. So that choice is yours. But you know, if you have these rissoles in some of the shops, the fish shop especially, I had it in, it was orange. But I don't think it was paprika like we're going for here. I think it was actually orange dye. Irrelevant. Okay, so what we need to do, carry on with our tennis ball size. In we go. Nice and steady in there on those breadcrumbs. So just keep going until you use it up. And then we're going in there at that egg. We're going to turn it over in that egg. And we're going to come back in here and cover it in breadcrumbs. Okay, for our rissoles, we're double dipping them. So we've dipped these ones, and we're going to give them a little bit of a squashing. And then we're going back in that egg mixture, back in there. Now there's probably 100 different ways to make this, but this is how I'm making it today. We're going to give it a little bit of a squashing in there, make up that, got a nice little shape on there. Now don't forget, we don't have to worry about the contents of this, it's already cooked. So back in that egg, back in there, nice and steady, bring it together, a little bit compact there in your hands. So we get these lovely patties. Superb. Now we'll do the rest of the mix later. I just want to get these on and cook these, show you how it goes. Now of course you can take your patties, stick them in the fridge, give them half an hour and then fry them. We're just going to get a pan on. Pan. Now we're going in there with a little bit of oil. We're only shallow frying these. Don't forget that all that contents in there is cooked, so we don't have to worry about it. We just need to shallow fry. So on with the flame, heat up your oil. When you've got your pan hot enough, in with our rissoles. Nice and gently, in we go, and we shallow fry. Don't stress too much. These are already cooked all the way through. All we're doing is putting a little bit of colour on. So you can be very gentle and turn these over. You have to be gentle because they're still soft, but we don't want to burn any breadcrumbs. And as you can see, we're getting a lovely crust on that side already. They are absolutely perfect. Beautiful. So over we go. Oh, come on. Look at those. Fantastic. Now let them crust up a bit, and if you have to turn them a couple of times, just turn them. They are superb. That is what Welsh rissoles should look like. Well happy. They smell absolutely amazing. It's a fantastic smell coming out of there. I can smell the leeks and the beef. Oh. Well, I think they're absolutely perfect. So we're going off with the flame. We'll cook the rest later. Let's get some of these served up. Oh, look in there. Now that is Welsh rissoles made. Look at that. I'm just going to dribble over some gravy. Just look at those. They are superb. Okay, you would normally serve it with veg and things, but you know, we're just doing the Welsh rissoles to show you. Look at that. Okay, let's give it a try. Here we go. Look at this. That is phenomenal. A nice little bit of a crunch on there. Come on, let's get in here and give it a go. Let's move those up there. Let's get in here and give it a go. What's it like? We know what it's like. It's mashed potato. Oh. Oh, listen to that crunch. Oh. Oh. That is phenomenal. Look in there. That is fantastic. You've got all that leek in there. Come on, it's Welsh. We've got leek in there, mashed potato, corned beef with a bit of crispiness on the outside. That is superb. This Welsh corned beef rissole is amazing. It's absolutely fantastic with the leek in there, the mashed potato, the corned beef, held together with the egg and the breadcrumbs. And that is definitely the way to go. Double dip the rissoles. They hold together perfectly. That truly is fantastic. Now obviously you'd eat it with veg or chips, anything like that. Now if you like what we're doing, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe, share with your friends. all that kind of stuff. Catch you in the next video.